As you guys know, in these past few months, coding agents has been the trend, and especially with the CLIs, there's been Claude Code CLI, there is Codex CLI, and then there's now Droid CLI. And of course, there's also a lot of different models that are supporting coding right now, like Qwen3 Coder and even GLM 4.6. And there's a ton more models, even like Grok, they released their own coding model. And yeah, it's been the hype recently because that's a good thing for engineers because there's more options to choose from, but it is kind of getting confusing which is actually like the best option to use. Me personally, I've been using Claude Code V2 with the GLM coding plan, where it was priced at $3 for the starting price, and that gets you a higher limits than the Claude Code Pro plan, which is from Anthropic. And yeah, it's been really good. I've been daily driving that, but now there's a new model that was released on Droid, which is it's the same model. It's GLM 4.6, but it is now officially on Droid, and you can get access to it via the monthly plan you're on. And as you know, there are three plans. The first one is the Pro plan, which is, well, there is the bring your own key, but that's not kind of a plan. It's just you bring your own key and you pay for the API usage. But for the Pro plan, you actually pay Droid or Factory for tokens. So they give you a standard of like 20 million tokens, which is a lot. And as you know, the way it works is that they have models to choose from and there are multipliers for them. So for example, here, if it's Opus, most expensive coding model, it's going to be 6 times. It's going to use up 6 times your token. So like one usage or like one token would be like 6 tokens. I think that's how it works. But yeah, like you can see, like the cheapest one right now is actually GLM 4.6. I'm pretty sure they're like self-hosting it or something. So that makes it like better for them and like more cost efficient. But I'm not sure because it is like totally new. So yeah. And today I actually want to try it out. Like, how good is the GLM 4.6 on Droid and the one with coding plan? Like, is it worth getting the coding plan to get access to the CLI and the best open source coding model? Or is it better for you to get the Droid plan, which is the starting price at like $20, but you do get like a lot of options, different models at different multipliers, and you also have the cheapest option, which is the GLM 4.6. So yeah, I got that question in mind when they just released it. They released the GLM 4.6 just today. So yeah, I'm gonna try it out by just making a full stack app like I usually do. I just make an app based on a tech spec. It's gonna be a spec driven development because I think that's like the most consistent and efficient way for the agents to build, or like for these AI models to build an app, because they have something to refer to and they kind of tend to hallucinate way less. Before we begin, I just want to show you guys that on my Factory.ai subscription or usage, I am on like a promo plan kinda, where it gave me like 20 million tokens. And how I got that was like from this post on Twitter, and I just pressed that. I'm not sure, I only got 20 million, but yeah, it says here you get 40 million. I think I'll just share it in the description. I'm not sure if it's still there, but yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, let's just see if that is, at least it's giving me 20 million, so that's really good. Anyways, let's start. So what I'm going to do is I will create the tech spec or the knowledge base, and where I usually do that, I just use Code Guide. But if you're not on Code Guide, you can make these tech spec documents on like Gemini or like, you know, those AI chats. You can just chat with the AI and it'll pretty much give you the docs when you ask it to. Like, so just a quick overview. It's just a very simple prompt. I just tell it the problem and the core features I want, everything, and then there's a questionnaire, which is where I pretty much just provide or fill in the gaps in like missing context that were required from the AI. So it kind of is trying to eliminate the hallucinations. And yeah, the next step was just to review everything, generate the outline, see the core features, and like just review it if it is not according to what I want, and also the app flow, and also the tech stack. I can provide whatever I want, and also the documents. These will be the ones that are generated, and yeah, that's done. And these are the docs that have been generated. So it is pretty much just what I want to make is just a CRM app, but it is there's a twist to it where it adds an AI assistant in the front end where we can just chat with it, and then the assistant itself will submit data to the database instead of us manually filling out forms and everything. So yeah, and there's also a dashboard we can view. Yep, these are just the docs, and also there's the task list where this will be given to the AI agent. So it'll be given to Claude Code and also Droid, where they will actually just run through the tasks so they are more in line and with the goal and don't hallucinate or like go off track. So yeah, that's an overview of what I'm going to be using, and yeah, let's just start. So after I got the docs, I will get a starter kit, and I'm using the one from Code Guide. This is also free. You can just search it up on like Google, and yeah, it'll be there. Hope so. Yep, there it is. Oh wait, that's not the right one, but yeah, we can just go to Code Guide here. Okay, so this full stack starter kit comes with Next.js, Drizzle, Postgres, and ShadCN, and also Better Auth, which I think is the best auth library. And yeah, so the way we get started with a starter kit is you just make a template. Sorry, we make a new repo with the template, and I'm gonna name it CRM AI Assistant, and because I've already built the project, so I'm gonna name it too. Very original. You know? Okay, so I'm gonna make it public so we can share it, and we can just create the repo, and I will just clone it to my local machine. And yeah, I'm just gonna go on VS Code. I'm using VS Code because I'm gonna be using Claude Code and Droid. So yeah, how I'm gonna compare it is that I will clone these into a directory, and I will make two directories actually. So I will copy this one, and then the second directory will be running Droid, while the first one will be running Claude Code, both with GLM 4.6. And yeah, let me just do that. Okay, and also I do want to implement the docs before I make a duplicate directory. And to do that, on Code Guide, you can just copy the prompt that it generates for your AI of choice. I mean, it's a very generic prompt, but it comes with Code Guide. It's like a guide to install the Code Guide CLI, which will interact with the API on Code Guide, and then they will get the docs integrated to your directory. So yeah, I'm just gonna run Claude here. As you can see, I am on Claude Code V2 CLI, and then it is running GLM 4.6 on coding plan. I'm using the $3 plan, which is the coding plan Lite. On the second month, it will be $6. So yeah, keep that in mind. And yeah, I'm just gonna paste the prompt, enter it, and then yeah, so here's the overview of the prompt. It's just installing the Code Guide CLI, and then yeah, you get the API key and everything. Yeah, and then the docs itself will be downloaded from the server and be integrated into the directory in your local machine, and it will also add the tasks. So yeah, let me just skip until it is done. Okay, so the Code Guide documentation and tasks has been implemented into the local machine in our project. Now, I have copied the whole directory and created a new one for Droid. And as you can see, there is the GLM 4.6 option now on the model. So I'm going to choose that. There we go. And then I'm just going to confirm. Okay, I don't know why that needs to compress the history. I haven't even did any chat, but whatever. Now, how I'm gonna approach this is that I'm just gonna copy this, which is just a summary of what has been implemented, because honestly, I'm just too lazy to make another prompt. And yeah, usually it just works. So I'm gonna restart, create a new session. So let me just do that. Yep, make a new session. There we go. There's no yep, there we go. Let me just paste this, and also let me wait on Droid. Okay, on Droid, it has, I think, let me just, yeah, we can just start a new session anyway. Okay, let's start. And the model, as you can see, GLM 4.6, I'm going to paste this. Okay, let's run it on Claude Code and also run it on Droid. There we go. And yeah, while that's running, now you guys might be wondering, will there be even any difference between the two since they are using the same model? I think there will be, definitely will be, because Droid and Claude Code, of course, they would have their own system prompts and also different ways, different strategies on doing tool calls to the API. So yeah, I'm just wondering how much of a difference there will be in terms of the output, and also the speed. And yeah, I also want to see how much tokens will actually be burned, which is pretty interesting, and we'll see which one comes on top. Both Claude Code and Droid has finished the tasks, and let's see the status or like the cost of the session. So for Claude Code, I can just write cost, and it says, okay, there's quite a lot of input token, 100K, 108K, while there's 5 million cash. So I don't know if that's actually true, but that's a lot. But yeah, it was running for about like 25 minutes, which was, yeah, I don't know, it took some time. And yeah, and let's see for Droid. Okay, for Droid, I think there's a bug here. I don't know if it's an issue with because it's a new model, but yeah, we can't really see the tracking or like the usage through the CLI. So let me check the dashboard. Yeah, so on the dashboard, it is saying that it took about 70K tokens. So yeah, I'm not sure though, like how much of that is cash. But anyways, like these tokens usage and the time it takes might be like not a very good metric to track because overall, like it always comes down to results. So let's just get right into the result. Yeah, I've ran both of the databases, and it is also running the dev server on Next.js, and I have set the port for Droid at 3091, while Claude Code is at, let me just restart it. It will be at, oh, it's already running. Okay, let me just change it to 3090. There we go. Whoops. Okay, now it's running on 3090. Let's see the result. So this is Claude Code with the GLM. I see that because I didn't ask for like a specific landing page, it actually is using like the default landing page, but you can see there's a sign in and sign up. So let me just try signing up. So this is Claude Code with GLM. This is the dashboard. I have successfully signed up. You just went straight to the dashboard. My first impression is there are some colors and it's on dark mode by default because of my browser, but it's still using the default like dummy sidebar from the starter kit, which is fine because there's no other pages. But yeah, I would have liked it to not even have any like of these dummy items, but whatever. And yeah, you got the overview here, which is according to what I've asked on the docs or like on my initial prompt for the docs. And for the AI assistant, okay, this looks promising. There is a specific page for the assistant, while analytics, that's a bit messy, but it could be solved. That's just like an issue probably with the Flexbox, which I'm pretty sure it could be fixed in like one or two prompts. And yeah, the rest, I mean, this is quite just repetitive. It's pretty much the overview, I think. Yeah. As you can see, it's just an overview with a different like orientation. But let's see what Droid with GLM did. So, yep, this is the dashboard. Okay. It is very plain. It literally just did like this one page. It didn't even separate the lead assistant, AI assistant, which is disappointing. No wonder it only talk about like 70,000 tokens. Like, bro, what is this? There's no, I asked for an export Excel button. It didn't even deliver that. So I don't know if it even like read the task. So let me double check because it was running like for a while. So I was sure it did everything. So yeah, it is okay. Yeah, it seems that it did all the tasks, the same task that was given to Claude Code and GLM. So yeah, like I'm sure like this was the last task. And yeah, same goes for the one on Claude Code. As you can see here, yeah, there we go. That's the same exact task, but for some reason it didn't pick it up. So I don't know, but there is a bug, as you can see, like an error on here, but I think that's fine. Let me just try out the AI assistant now with, this is Claude Code with GLM. Let's see if it is working. So what I wanted to do is that I'm able to actually just tell the assistant to track whatever lead that I have in contact with, or like any updates that I want to make. I can do that just through chatting with it, and then it'll automatically detect what I want and just do a tool call or a function call to insert or update the data to the database. Let's try it out. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. I just copy this one, and the email is john@example.com. Let's see if that works. So it says I processed your request. I'm pretty sure that's an error, but let's see how it is on Droid, and then we'll get back to everything if that is an error or not. So yeah, let me just do the same exact. So yeah, straight away, like, it doesn't give the recommendation that Claude Code gave, which is, yeah, it is kind of bad UX, but let's see. Let's see if the logic actually works. Okay, so the loading is quite interesting. All right, so it says that he did add the lead. So maybe the UI and UX sucks, but probably the logic works. Nope, I don't think it does. So is that like just a default message? No, it is an AI. So let me double check and I'll get back. I did a few prompts. Actually, it was just one prompt. Just fixing the tool calls on both chat, because I think there was an issue there. And yeah, it seems that it is corrected now. Let me just rerun the database. Sorry, not the database, but the Next.js dev server. And we'll see on here. Yep, this is the one for Droid. Okay, so it's already running. Yeah, I think it's running on the background. But let's see. So this is for Claude Code and GLM, while this is Droid with GLM. Let me try it again. I wanna add John as a new prospect with email John at example. Let's see. That works. And then, okay, company, it is Acme Corp. Okay, let's see if it is actually added. So I have this running, Drizzle Studio, since I'm using Drizzle. Okay, it is added. That's nice. So that works. The tool calls work for the Droid. Okay, I need to sign in again with, actually, let me just do it on an incognito, because I think the cookies are being saved, and it's like there's some conflict probably. All right, so it is now. Okay, let me check the assistant. Let me do the same prompt, create a lead for John Doe. And the email is john@example.com, and company name is Acme Corp. Let's see if that works. So it's saying I processed your request, but I don't know why it's such a generic message, but let me check the database. So this is, okay, so it should be this. It did add it, that's nice. So yeah, this is Acme Corp, and this is the one that was just inserted, while this was from Droid. As you can see, there we go. The timing is a bit different. Yep, it's apart by like 50 seconds. So this was the one from Claude Code and GLM. So that's working, but let's see if the dashboard is working. So there is a bit of error here, which I will check by seeing the network tab. But yeah, so there is an error, and it is not getting the leads for today for some reason. While it should be getting it because it's on the database. But let's see how it's being done on Droid. It is working. So let me just check what the issue is on here on Claude Code. Okay, so the issue with the data fetching on Claude Code and GLM is working now. So sorry, it is fixed. It's working now. As you can see, we can see the actual leads that is in the database. There's a total of 1, and the recent lead is here. Now, yeah, that's pretty much it. So for the result, I mean, as you can see, like the feature in parity is yeah, there is some differences in terms of the features. Like Droid didn't get the memo of creating a whole like export to Excel feature, so that's the issue. What I'm seeing, but the logic itself for the AI assistant was okay. Like it was working off the bat, just that there was an issue with the tool calls. Whereas on GLM plus Claude Code, it was not working. Like the AI was not working, and it didn't even do the tool call. So that was a problem. But the UI on Claude Code plus GLM 4.6 is a lot better. As you can see, it is more segmented. There's three tabs, even though analytics is pretty much the same tab. But yeah, I mean, it was a very simple like app flow. I didn't have that much details on it, so that's probably why. And most importantly, it got all the features, including the export to Excel feature, which let me try it out. That was a funny animation, but yeah, let's just export that. So yep, that is installed. And let me open that on Excel, see how good it is. Okay, yeah, it's pretty standard. Like it just pretty much copied whatever was on database columns and just put it into an Excel sheet, which is fine, because that's what I wanted. And they did a little bit of formatting on the dates, which is a bit of a bonus. So I want to give you guys my final verdict on this comparison. This is a real world comparison. It's building a full stack app. I mean, it could be different when I do it again. It's, it's just on this scenario. But yeah, this is my first impression on Droid. Like it wasn't able to keep up with all the, I guess, information that was given. Like it didn't do all the tasks, even though it did mention that it finished the tasks. But yeah, definitely it didn't create one of the tasks, one of the feature, which was export to Excel. And the UI is pretty off. Like it is, just admit it, like it does look pretty weird, like side by side. I didn't ask for that. But yeah, I think GLM 4.6 itself is really good, a really good model for the price. So for Claude Code and the coding plan, which runs on GLM 4.6, I think that's still like the best value you can get. But if you are looking for flexibility using other models on the CLI, Droid CLI, I think probably is the better option here, because it does have multiple models, not just GLM 4.6. I'm pretty sure if there's a new model out, they're gonna add it straight away. So that's a really good like benefit to have. As you can see, these are the models you can access now. So yeah, that's all. And if you have any feedback if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. Thank you.